Yes. Another one of these stories. Women's U.S. soccer team they can't win. Okay, and you know they got eliminated in this last World Cup or whatever. But a lot of people said no. The women's team they do win. They were superstars. They're some of the best in the world. Okay, fourth tier men's team destroy U.S. women's soccer team 12-0, reaffirming that biological males have physical advantages over women. So apparently. I don't know. They're trying to argue that some of these guys are retirees. I don't know if they're retired. I think they're an active team. And it's a team owned by Ryan Reynolds and Ron McElhenney. It's part of England's fourth tier League Two. Both teams were made up of current, former, and special guest players. So what's being presented here? We have this this video. I want to play for you. U.S. women's soccer players versus retired men. Guess what happened? I don't know that they're actually retired, is what they're claiming. But let's play the video. Here you go.
This message is for Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. One, you should be here right now with your squad. Two, your team about to go down in North Carolina. Let's go! USA!
Again, you got to be careful. There's a shot and keeper.
So I don't care for the sound effects or all the stupid other nonsense. They go on to play the video, and you can see all these goals are being scored. I think the game ended up 12-0. 12-0 defeat. Ooh. Well, come on. I don't think these guys are retired. This is Wrexham. I'm pretty sure it's an active team. We have this video right here. It says ex-Wrexham players. Okay, apparently it's retirees. They're former players from Wrexham. Here we go. We got more footage here.
Again, you got to be careful. There's a shot and there's a goal. First goal of the game.
You know, when you watch soccer, sometimes it's like 1-0, sometimes it's 0-0. And this one, 12-0. Can we just stop with the nonsense? Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir, ladies and gentlemen. You go and talk to anyone who's sane, and they're going to say, of course, men have physical advantages over women. No question. But the left will play this game where they're like, all men. It's like, well, literally not all men, but the average male's grip strength is higher than the strongest female's grip strength. Yo, that's crazy. Look, man, I got to be honest, man. Pickle jars be real. Okay, and all guys know it. Pickle jars. And the argument, I guess, is that pickle jars were created by patriarchy to keep women down or something. Okay, look. I'm sure each and every one of you men has been in a circumstance where you've been handed a jar of something. And we say pickle jar, but any jar. And your significant other, your friend, your sister, your mom, they can't get it open. And they hand it to you and you go, pops right open with ease. It's a reality. Maybe it's because there's so many millennials who grow up being told over and over again that they're the same, that they don't realize just how much more strength they have. Women can be strong. The saying goes, a determined woman is stronger than the average man, but a determined man is stronger than a determined woman. And I actually don't necessarily think that's fair either. I think there are many circumstances where there are average men. Well, actually, I'll put it this way. Maybe you can say average, but there are many men who are untrained who will just have more strength than a woman who works out. That being said, you will not take the average guy and put him on an American Ninja Warrior platform and have him do anything close to what a trained woman can do. No question. I watched this video of, it's like I watch parkour. I watch parkour videos, and there's this thing where you're climbing a wall using pegs, and then you have to navigate around. And I'm like, dude, your average guy probably ain't even doing more than a pull-up, if they can even get a pull-up. I wonder how many pull-ups is average actually. Let me Google search this. How many pull-ups average man? And what? The average male lifter, I don't care about lift. The average male lifter can do 14. That's pretty impressive. I think I can probably do like 3 or 4. I am not an upper body guy. No, I could probably do more than that, maybe 5. I'm all skateboarding, so if I'm going to I can jump off a building. It's 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is what the average man can pull off. So this is a guy who does no training can do 1, 2, 3 pull-ups. Women can do 0. Women can't do pull-ups. Women who train can. So when I see a video of a woman and she's climbing using her upper body strength, I'm like, yeah, guys can't do that. Trained guys can. Look at this. They say, according to Fox News, 7 of the 12 goals were scored in the first 20 minutes. Oh, man. Yo, I don't want to rag on ladies for this happening. Ain't no problem with the ladies. This is just the reality. The women's national team had only 5 shot attempts on the goal compared to Wrexham's 39 chances at a goal. The U.S. soccer team was arranged by Mia Hamm, featuring players such as Heather O'Reilly, Lori Lindsay, the first of which has won 3 Olympic medals. We're super proud, O'Reilly told NBC Sports at the game. Hopefully, we've proved to anybody, just go for it, just live. What's the worst that could happen? We lose 16-0 to Wrexham? We don't care because we're living. We're being bold and we're being brave. Here we have 2 amazing products that American soccer fans are getting behind. It's a ton of fun, and it's brought us all together. The tournament was played between June 1st and 4th and boasted a $1 million winner-take-all prize. The tournament rules were a twist on regular soccer with no offsides, no draws, no slide tackles, and other non-traditional rules. Oh, dude. What do you think would happen if you said, like men's NBA versus women's NBA? It's just, there's no question. It would be like 200-0. Look, man. Skateboarding is different. I skateboard. That's what I do. Check out my videos. Follow me on Instagram at Timcast. You can watch all my skate videos. Some of them are quite good. And I skateboard. I can tell you this. There was a period for a few years where I did not skate. And I just got to say, I think anybody who goes and watches my videos who skates would probably agree. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I would consider myself to be decently good. I've got a couple of NBDs, we call them, never been dones. I have one trick that's at around like 620,000 views on Instagram, and it is called a hang 10 hard flip, late flip. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who's ever done it. I'm not saying it can't be done by anybody else. It's a combination of creativity and physical capability, and this one requires a ton of physical capability. I can jump pretty dang high. I have a very high vertical. And so, anyway, my point is this. I said it before. If there are some really good female skaters out there. There's this one young girl who did a kickflip, frontside, blunt slide, big spin out. Okay, you're like, I have no idea what you just said. So let me slow down. Little girl jumps, the board flips one time under her feet, lands on a railing, going down, and then she spins the board 300. Well, it's at an angle, so 270 degrees. And herself, and lands it riding away backwards. Very good trick. Yeah, I ain't going anywhere near a kickflip, frontside blunt slide, big spin out. Frontside blunt slide, big spin, perhaps. Definitely not a kickflip front blunt, though. Though I could probably do something else. Like, the thing about skateboarding is there's different tricks. And while not everyone can do the same tricks, there's, comparable skill levels. But that being said, my point is this. As a 37-year-old man who is but 4 months away from being 38, I do believe it is fair to say, I'll be humble. If I were to enter a women's skateboarding competition, I think it's fair to say I'd get first place. I think it's more humble to say I'd probably be in the top 3. Like kickflip, front blunt, big spin is seriously good. But my all-around capabilities, well, I don't have anything that gnarly, that good of a trick. The rest of my tricks are good enough, on a handrail at a park, maybe like could probably feeble big spin out, could probably do a switch frontside flip down the stairs or something like this. So I get a decent amount of tricks. I haven't skated like this in a really, really long time. My point is, and I have no problem saying it. I know there's a lot of people who are going to roll their eyes and they're going to say, why don't you go do it, Tim? Look. I think it's fair to say that I would win a skate contest against some of the best females in the world. And that's not a bold statement. We look what we see with like the top tier of the women's league versus, semi-retire former players. I'm not trying to be a dick to anybody. We were skating out in the barn the other day, and we've got a 3-foot tall garbage can. My ollie is like 3.5 feet. I don't know. I'll post a picture and you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's really high. And that confers a lot of advantages in skateboarding. I don't know why I can jump so high. I just can. Perhaps it's genetics. That's all I can say. I don't know. I mean, I've been skating my whole life, so I've trained a whole lot and I've worked a whole lot. But I think there's a lot of advantages guys have. And my point is, with skateboarding, I don't think it's any more pronounced. Now, you can watch this game and you can see 12-0 men win and actually be like, yo. But if you watch skateboarding, it's crystal clear. Watch the best male vert skater drop in and land some tricks, and you'll just be like, I have no idea. He's flipping around. He's spinning like a helicopter. You can't even see what's going on. And then the average, or I should say the best female drops in, and women have just the first ever 720 landed by a woman. And it was a little girl. I think she was like 13, and she did a fakie 720. So the first 720, I believe, was landed in the 80s. I think it was Tony Hawk. The first 900 was, I believe, 1999 by Tony Hawk. The first 1080 was landed by a 12-year-old boy. And it is only now, 40 years later, a woman has finally landed, I should say a female because she's young, landed a 720, and not a regular 720. Regular is the stance. So there, when you go fakie, actually it is easier to whip the spin off the back wheels. So the first 1080 ever landed was a fakie 1080. And now we've actually gotten to the point where we have full 1080s and even 1260s. It's getting crazy in skateboarding. But I can say it 50 million times. You know, every time I do a video about sports and athletics and all that stuff, Post Malone's got a picture of me up in there. I got no beef towards ladies that want to play sports. This is why they should have their own leagues. I mean, look at this dude. Come on. It's just the way things are. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.